and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm Priscilla. I'm the owner of A Life Full of Simplicity. Today's video, I'll be going through all the tarot decks that I have brought into my collection in 2022. I'm super excited. I have 23 decks to go through and talk about. So let's get right into it. So the first deck that I wanted to talk about is the Wild Unknown Pocket Edition. This is by Kim Krans. It's just the smaller version of the Wild Unknown deck. Now, this was the first deck that I brought into my collection this year. And rather in 2022, not this year, we're already in 2023, but in 2022 is the first deck that I brought in January. And I absolutely love the Wild Unknown. I love everything from Kim Krans, so I have literally all her decks. And when I found out that she was putting out, a mini version of the tarot, I was like, yes, please, and thank you, and I bought it. Because why not? And I absolutely love it. Honestly, if you're going to be doing like bigger spreads and things like that, I find it great because of the size. And the Wild Unknown Tarot was like my first tarot deck that I brought into my collection. And I just really, really wanted the mini version. I do have a video on my channel comparing the two, so you can definitely check it out. There's only one difference, and it's with the Lovers card, I believe, or maybe it's the World card. Hold on. No, it's the World card. The only difference is with the World card. There was some change with that specifically, but you can definitely check out that video if you would like to see the full comparison that we have. Oh no, it's with the Justice card. My bad. The Justice. I was thinking World because there's a world in it. Yeah, this is the only change that there is. And I love it because it signifies the flags, like the pride flag, transgender flag, and then I think another flag, but I'm not sure which one. But yes, I love it, and it's beautiful. And I'm super happy with this particular deck. So the next deck I'm going to talk about is the Macabre Tarot. This is by Sam West, now known as Sam Rook, published by Rockpool. And we had a wild ride with this particular deck, honestly. I pre-ordered it in 2021. Amazon ended up canceling my order, my pre-order, and then it wasn't in stock. I didn't know what was going on. I wasn't able to get it. Eventually, I found it on Chapters Indigo's website and ordered it from there. But yes, it was a wild ride. Took forever for me to get, but it finally reached my collection in January of 2022. And I love this deck. Honestly, it's great. I love her artwork. And there's a few decks that she has coming out. She has one coming out this year. I think she's doing a Kickstarter for another deck. But in terms of mass market, she has one deck that I know of that's coming out this year and that I really want. But I find the figures and the characters and the things that are happening very interesting, very spooky. And I absolutely love it. This is probably one of my favorites. She's like gorgeous. But yes, this is just a weird card. But yeah, we've had a good time together in 2022. This deck is honestly good for shadow work, getting into the nitty-gritty of the shadows and things like that. So yes, great time. Absolutely loved it. Even though it was a wild ride, I love this moon card. It still ended up being a great deck, and I'm glad that I waited for it and had patience to get it, because there was a whole thing. It was supposed to originally come out in October of 2021. Then it got pushed to the end of December, and then my order was canceled. And then I was like, oh my God, so annoying. But yes, love it. Glad that I picked it up and brought it into my collection. Not disappointed at all. So moving on to the next deck. Now this deck plus the next deck were actually gifted to me from Liminal 11 for the purposes of review. So we're going to start with this one. It's the Cosmic Slumber by Tilly Walden, obviously published by Liminal 11. And I absolutely love this deck so much. Like, so much. The detail in here, the mystery of it all, and the dreamlike world, because, you know, it is a dreamlike world. I love this Queen of Pentacles. The cow is so cute. I absolutely love it. There's like so much detail and so much beauty in the imagery in here. And I use this a lot for my moon readings, because I find it pairs so nicely with the Moonology Manifestation Oracle. And I love the aces in this, because the aces all have this little person, but they're always there. Sometimes you can see them in plain sight. Sometimes they're hidden. So in this case, she's like in leaves, and I just love it so much. It's so cute. And it's just such an interesting deck, such an interesting concept. And I just love it so much. This is definitely one of my favorites from 2022. And I'm absolutely in love. Like, the colors throughout the deck are gorgeous. Like, look at this star card. Oh, so beautiful. And yes, it is their glossy cardstock, but I love their glossy cardstock. But anyway, so many people hate it, but I love it so much. Like, look at this ace. Look at her, the little small little person in the cup. So cute. I love it so much. This deck makes me so happy. I love it. So yeah, definitely one of my favorites. One of my most used too, because I use it a lot for moon work. So yes, even though it can be used for dream work because it's a dream deck, but I don't know, I love using it for moon work for some odd reason. Then we have the Mystical Medleys Tarot. This is by Gary Hall, published by Liminal 11. Again, this one was sent to me for the purposes of review. This is a funny deck, honestly. If you're looking for something that has those vintage vibes and something that will literally make you laugh, this is literally the deck. Honestly, I had such a great time unboxing it. It's so funny, so hilarious. Like, look at that eye. Look at these grumpy pillars in the back. I'm like, oh, I can't. But it's just so funny, and I love it. I think the creator is supposed to be making an oracle deck at some point. I'm so ecstatic about that. I can't wait, because this deck really needs an oracle to pair with it, honestly. Look at this Ace of Swords. He has like so many band-aids and boos, and this guy's like freaking out in the back. It's so funny. And the extra cards in this deck are amazing, honestly. I love it so much. It's so good. Very RWS. Look at this guy. He looks evil. Evil. Yeah, this deck is RWS, so it's easy to read. No issues whatsoever, honestly. It's just a jolly good time. Literally a jolly good time. If you're like in a silly mood, this is like the deck to like take and like to use and all that good stuff, because yeah, like, who doesn't want a silly goofy mood of a time? Like, look at that night. Look at the little fish. Oh, so funny. I love it. Oh, here's one of the extra cards. This is called Sad Squirrel, but this guy looks angry. Like, he looks angry. This should be called Angry Squirrel, honestly, because he looks like he's going to, you know, F some stuff up. Honestly. Honestly. I love it, though. I love it so much. So good. So good. This reminded me of Alice in Wonderland, because of the flower with the face. But yes, so good. Love it so much. Good laughs. Good laughs from 2022. For sure, for sure, for sure. This also Alice in Wonderland with the playing card of hearts. But yes, this guy is so cute looking. And then we have some secrets going on with the stealing of swords. But yes, I love it. Cardstock is pretty decent. It is thick, so I don't know how riffling would go with this particular deck, but overhand is good. Is good. Then we move on to the Next World Tarot. This is by Christy C. Rode, published by Silver Sprocket. This is the pocket edition. So I picked this up in February of last year. I've been on the fence about this deck for a long while, and it was on sale. The pocket edition was on sale, and I was like, you know what? Let's see what it is. Let's see what it has to offer. You know, not spending crazy amounts of money like the full size. The full size is pretty expensive in Canada. It's like over $60. Though I would love to bring in the full size at some point into my collection because I do love the pocket edition. But yes, I don't know. I really, really like the messages that this particular deck gives, to be honest with you. It feels very current, very now with everything that's going on politically, because this is a very political deck, honestly, very political. But in the world that we are right now and everything that's going on in regards to politics and uprisings and all those kind of things that is going on in our world, I feel like this deck is very relevant. It's very now. So I really do love this deck. It's very powerful, very hard-hitting, and I feel like it's perfect if you want to have a modern deck that really reflects the society that we're living currently. I just really like look at the Seven of Wands. Like, that is beautiful. Honestly, gorgeous. You have the police behind this person, and all they have is lighting candles. A lot of political unrest, a lot of things with police. You know, especially in the US, there's a lot of things going on, and then, you know, with everything that's going on in Iran and things that are going on in Ukraine, honestly, I feel like this deck is like perfect for the moment that we're living in currently. So yeah, I really connected with it on that particular level. It's not something I use every day. When I'm feeling that kind of energy, I will pick it up. But it's not an everyday deck for me. Not something that I use all the time. It's Judgment card. Like, wow. But yes, very diverse, which is obviously representative of our society. So I do love that very much. And I think that Christy did a fantastic job. I will say that the guidebook in this deck is worth reading. Honestly, I know people sometimes they get new decks, they don't care about the guidebook. The guidebook in this deck is fantastic. Fantastic. It goes into so much detail. It's unbelievable. And it's another thing that made me fall in love with this particular deck is the guidebook. The guidebook just brings it to a whole new level because of Christy's point of view and things like that. So it's like absolutely fantastic. Then we have the Joie de Vivre Tarot. This is by Paulina Cassidy, now known as Paulina Faye. It's published by US Schemes. Now, I brought this in my collection because I have her Spirit Song Tarot, and I absolutely love that deck. It's an animal-based deck. You may have seen that, I think, last year in my 2021 decks from like tarot decks. I will link those videos down below if you want to check them out, but from last year in case there's decks that you want to check out. But yeah, I brought this in because I really, really love it. I love her art style. Like, there's so much detail in her art style, which I really love. And I've heard good things about this particular deck, so I wanted to bring it into my collection. And I haven't worked with it too much in 2022. I'm hoping to work with it a little bit more in 2023. Because now I have the perfect oracle deck that I can pair with this particular deck that I feel really goes well. And yeah, I'm just really in love with the art style, but I haven't worked with it enough to really say anything else. Like if it reads well and things like that. I did like the guidebook, the fact that these characters all have names, plus their little companions also have names. I really thought that was like so unique and so fun. So I feel like I really need to like take my time to get to know this deck a bit more and get to know the characters and you know the little companions that are sometimes in the card and things like that, because there's a lot going on and there's a lot that this deck can offer, which is super fun. So yeah, I think I'm going to spend some time with this in the coming months. It feels like a very springy deck, so I might use it in March. But yes, love it. But that's really all I can say in terms of the artwork. Gorgeous, love it. How it reads, no idea. But I've heard good things from other people, so I think I'll have a good experience with it, especially since I have a good experience with Spirit Song Tarot already. I feel like I'll have a good experience with this as well. So now we're moving on to the Kawaii Tarot. This is by Lulu Mayo. This is published by Rock Point Publishing. And oh, I love this deck so much. It's so freaking cute. I love it so much. I had a real good time when I filmed my unboxing of this particular deck, which you can check out on my channel. I love it so much. It's like so much, so much. The little chubby animals are so damn cute. I love it. I have used this a few times for like some inner child work, like fun inner child work, not serious inner child work, but yes, so fun. Literally feels like my childhood in a deck because it's such a cute little thing. There is one card in particular I absolutely love. Ah, yes, it's this one. This is literally me. This is literally me. I love cheese so much. So when I saw this card, I was like, me. This is me. That's me hugging cheese. I absolutely love cheese so much. But it's so fun. It's so cute. And honestly, I love cute decks. I love cutesy things. So, yes, this reminded me of the Elves and the Shoemaker story. But it's so fun. This is so cute. And I don't know, it just brings good vibes. And sometimes I want to use decks that are like this, that are very cutesy, just, you know, silly, goofy mood. I did have the elephant card that had the weird blob, but whatever. And then, you know, just have a good time with it and have some laughs and cheer me up. You know, I love this Hermit card so much. So the Hermit and the Moon are my birth cards, and I love this Hermit card. Like, look at the chubby snow leopard. So cute. Yes. So I love it. So good. There's the moon. They look happy playing music. So adorable. This Three of Swords, though, I can't even. I can't even be mad at, like, you can't even, like, get that vibe you usually get with the Three of Swords. That cat looks like it's just staring into space, and you have these little cute little clouds. I just love it. I love it so much. And then a posh poodle. This is literally the best deck ever, and I love it. It's so fun. It's so funny. It's literally such a good time. Such a good time. So, yeah, I'm like obsessed. Obsessed with it. Obsessed with it. So next we have the Celestial Tarot. This is by Kay Steventon, and Brian Clark. This is also published by US Games. So this is like an astrology based deck that I picked up last year. I believe, when did I pick this up? I picked it up in May. Yeah, in May. I had it on my wish list for a while, and I had been really interested in picking it up to learn astrology and the tarot. And I love the artwork in this particular deck. It's absolutely gorgeous. I ended up not working with it in 2022, but that's okay. Like, it's not the biggest deal in my opinion. But I have gotten back into astrology, so hopefully once I learn, once I go through that, I can jump into actually learning tarot and astrology, which is like a different thing altogether. And then I will learn this particular deck. Though I don't know if this deck has the same system, because I know it has a lot of stories in regards to the characters in the cards. So I don't know if it touches specifically on everything on how tarot and astrology works. I don't know, because I haven't done anything with this deck, so I have no clue. I know the Majors does. We have Sagittarius and Temperance. But I do love the imagery. The artwork is gorgeous. I just haven't worked with it to say anything else other than that. So, yeah. If you have any experience with this deck, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you in regards to this one in particular. Then we move on to Tarot de Carlotydes, which is by Carlota Santos, published by Fournier. And this deck, too, we had a wild ride together. So I had ordered this from Amazon because I really love the artwork. And I received it used, missing cards, and I was not happy. So I requested a replacement, got the replacement, which was closed and not used and not missing cards, which is good. I was happy about that. And yeah, I really like the artwork. There's some cards that I just don't get the imagery of. And the guidebook is horrendous. The guidebook is just not good whatsoever. I wish that they had taken their time and allowed the artist to do the guidebook for this particular deck and actually explain the artwork in their own words so we could understand better, you know, what's going on in the text. It's just keywords and it's all, I don't even know. Some of the keywords don't even make sense. They're not keywords I would have chosen specifically for like the specific cards, some of them, I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. So yeah, the guidebook is just not it. It's not it. I would say if you're buying this deck, you're not buying it for the guidebook, that's for sure. That is for sure, for sure, for sure. But I hadn't really used I haven't used this deck yet. COVID. I actually bought this last year, right? And I was unboxing it for like some people in this community that I'm part of. And literally, I laughed so hard when I saw this card. I was like, this guy is ready. He's ready to go out there, you know, with his mask and everything. And I wear a mask every single day. Like, no joke. No joke. Anytime I go out, I wear a mask because I don't want to catch COVID. So that guy is ready. And it made me laugh so hard. I found it just so funny. But yeah, there are just some cards that I didn't really get. But I love the size of this deck, honestly. The size is so perfect. And I just got an Oracle deck not too long ago that pairs perfectly with this. So I'm excited to like get into this because for me, I pair my tarot a lot of the time with Oracle. So I like to have a deck that goes together, and I finally have one. So I'm really happy about it. I love this Hermit card and the strength, so good. But yes, hopefully I can get into it. The guidebook, as I said, is just not it. So that's the only thing I was disappointed by in regards to this deck, because the cardstock is perfect. Imagery is gorgeous. I love the backs. The box is fine. Do I like a tuck box? Not really, but it's fine. But yeah, it's just the guidebook. The guidebook was very disappointing. And the cards were pretty decent. There's, as I said, just a few cards. I think the Eight of Wands was a weird one. And then I think the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, here's the Three of Pentacles. Even the Four of Pentacles I didn't get either. And then I think the only one was the... no, that's fine. I think the only other one was the Eight of Wands. Seemed a little too slow for me. Here, the Eight of Wands. Okay, let me show these. So this is the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands traditionally is supposed to be about quick action. It's about acting quickly. You're supposed to see some kind of quick action, but in the traditional, all you see is 8 sticks, right? So I don't know, but there's a donkey. That's my issue. Like if it was just the trees, like even then, like the tree, I'm just like, I don't get it. Like the imagery doesn't fit. And yeah, I don't know about it. Donkeys are pretty slow. They're not that fast, and trees don't grow fast. So like they don't grow quickly. So like I don't get quickness from this card at all. So then we have the Four of Pentacles, which, you know, is traditionally about saving money. So I don't know. Like I'm not really sure about this card. Like the money is growing on trees. I guess this could mean frugality. That's usually what I typically see with the Four of Pentacles, is being frugal. I guess not taking too much from the tree that it's grown from. Yeah, maybe. This one I don't get. So like the Eight of Wands, I don't get this one either. Three of Pentacles is about working with others, collaboration, teamwork. Could mean rewards from working with others. Could also mean, you know, disharmony and things in partnerships. But like I don't get this. It's literally like a building, there's some architecture, and then we have the 3 coins here. But I don't see anyone. Is it the architecture that's the thing that was worked on and took collaboration to build what's going on around the coins, I have no idea. And because the guidebook is horrible, we'll never know, I guess, because it's just a bunch of keywords. So I don't know. I really don't. I also don't know who wrote the guidebook. I don't know if it's just like I don't know if it was just like generic, because it looks generic. Like, look how it's literally just upright and reverse keywords. That's it. There's literally like nothing else. Why won't this focus? It's just generic words. That's it. So, like, I don't know. Love the cards. Not a fan. Not a fan of the guidebook. That's what I'm gonna say on that. Then we have the Ceccoli Tarot. This is by Nicoletta Ceccoli, Lunea Weatherstone, and is published by Lo Scarabeo. This deck, okay, I love this deck so much. I really want the mini version because it's so great, but it's so creepy. And I don't know, I love it. I don't have the Oracle. I don't know if I want the Oracle. I don't think I want the Oracle, to be honest with you. Because the Oracle is even weirder, to be honest. But I really like this so much. It's very strange. The dolls are weird. I like these dolls better than the ones by Jasmine Beckett Griffin. Can't remember. Yeah, her dolls I don't really like. They creep me out, like really creep me out. These ones I can handle, even though the imagery is like creepy. I can handle it. So yes, but I don't know. There's like, this is like for darker inner child work, in my opinion. Like, look at that card. Oh my god. I haven't used it for that purpose. I've just used it for regular readings. But definitely interesting. Definitely gives you like the shadow work vibes. This is weird. That's the devil. The star. I love the star. So, yeah. It's very interesting. And it's not art that was made for the tarot. It's curated art that was made to fit the tarot. But I feel like the guidebook does a great job in us understanding, like in me understanding how the artwork can fit in that particular instance. So I'm not mad at it. I love the sun card, to be honest with you. It's like bees, not the actual sun. So yeah, definitely get that shifty vibe from the Seven of Swords. Look at this kid just watching this other kid. It's weird. So yeah, I love it. I really want the mini version. And that way I can like travel if I want to travel with it. Can travel with the mini, because that would be really fun in my opinion. So then we have the Transient Light Tarot. This is by R.A. Wisner, published by Hay House. I picked this up in the summer, in July. And yeah, this one used to be an indie deck. It was picked up at mass market. Honestly, I love it. It's a limited color palette, but I do love the artwork, the messages that are behind it. It's very interesting. It's very simplistic, very minimalistic. It can come off as pippish, but I feel like a lot of the time you can get the meaning from it just the same. Like it's a well done pip deck in my opinion. Like for example, Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is typically about desire, fulfillment, like your wishes coming true. I feel like this is very abundant in that, in regards to how someone's desires are fulfilled. So, yeah, I do love it. Trying still to find an oracle deck that pairs well. I love this Empress card. But yeah, I do love it very much. This might be the most simplistic one that I got, I think. Yeah, I think this is like the most simplistic deck that I got in 2022. All the other ones are either fully illustrated or just RWS based. We have the Keeper of Wands. Then we move on to the Guardian of the Night Tarot. This is by MJ Cullinane, published by Hay House. This was also an indie deck that was picked up mass market. And I was so excited for this deck. I love MJ's work, so I'm really excited that this was picked up. I pre-ordered it last year and received it. And no regrets. This is probably one of my favorite animal decks from last year that I got. Actually, did I get any other animal decks last year? Yeah, one. A cat deck, but this is all animals, so that's fine. I absolutely love this though. And I'm excited for the other decks that she has coming that have been picked up by Hay House. For example, her Grimalkin Tarot, which is her cat deck. Definitely want that. That's coming out in 2023. And then she's been working on a spirit deck that will be automatically going to Hay House. So no indie version. I don't know when that's coming out. And then I think she also stated that Hay House picked up her for Hoxa Tarot. So no idea when that's coming out as well, but I'm excited because that is one that I really wanted and just has been too expensive to buy directly from her. So I'm really happy that Hay House picked up her deck and that a lot of her decks are actually getting picked up and things. So to me, that's fantastic. I love the borders, but I don't like this like notch thing that's going on here at the bottom. I feel like in some instances it's like hiding things, like hiding part of the imagery. If it was a flat border, I think it would have been better in my opinion, because there's one card. Oh, which card is it? Let me check. There's one card in particular where the guidebook says There's a grasshopper, and you can barely even see the grasshopper. Let me find it. I don't know if it's the Fool or what it is. Like, I can't remember, but like here you can barely see the snakes. There's snakes at the bottom, and you can barely see them. You can't even see their faces. Okay, let's see. Can't remember if it was no, it's not the Fool. Oh, what is it? I can't even remember. Oh my God. Okay, so I found it. It's this one. It's the Ace of Swords. It talks about the bats, but as also the grasshopper, which is here at the bottom. You barely see it because of this like weird notch thing. So if it was straight, I think it would have been better in my opinion. With the title at the bottom, like a little bit more down. So you can see more of the grasshopper. I didn't even realize until I read the book that there was a grasshopper in this photo. In this image. So yeah, that was the only thing I wasn't really a fan of, was the fact that the border intruded on the art. But other than that, I really love this deck, and I use it quite a bit in 2022 once I got it. In when did I get this? In July. Yeah, I got it in July. So yeah, other than that, it was great. I absolutely love this deck so much. Then we move on to the modern Hue Tarot. This is my ritual planner. They actually sent me this specifically for the purposes of review. And it is an RWS deck, but it is recolored. So they took the line work from Pamela Coleman Smith's artwork, and just did some recoloration with watercolor, and I absolutely love the recoloration. Honestly, I think it's so beautiful. I love the font that they used in this deck. This is definitely one of my faves in terms of RWS decks. I do have the original Rider deck, and I've used it on this channel quite a bit. You might have seen it previously in the Cozy Tarot Sunday videos, but it's so yellow. Like, the yellow is so bright and so like in your face that I rarely used it for anything other than those videos. Like, I didn't use it for myself or anything like that because it just couldn't resonate with the color palette. And this is like so much more beautiful. So I got this in August, and at the end of August, and I used it a bit in September, and then I mainly used it throughout the month of November. So we got to work together a lot, in my opinion. But I do love this, and I think this is going to be the deck that I work with the Resilience Alchemy Oracle with, because I feel like the colors would probably go better with this particular deck. So yeah, I love the work that they did on this particular deck. Definitely a fave RWS in my opinion. I do have a affiliate link and discount code down below. The discount code, by the way, you can use on anything from their website, in case you were interested in buying something else and not this deck specifically. You can use it on whatever. So yes, that is the modern Hue Tarot. Definitely enjoyed this particular deck in 2022. Then we have the Horror Tarot. This is by Aria Gamitter, co-written with Minerva Siegel and illustrated by Abigail Larson. This is published by Inside Editions. Now, we had a rough time together. I really do love Abigail Larson's artwork, and I can relate with a lot of the deck, but I had a hard time with some of the pentacles and all the core cards. Like some of the core cards I was just not vibing with. The guidebook, while the guidebook is well written, it's good in the sense of like if you want, basic meanings in terms of like RWS, but it's not themed to the deck. Not all of it anyway. Majority of the interpretations, especially for the minors, the quartz, it's just RWS meanings. So I had a hard time relating the information in the guidebook with the imagery that's here. So we had a rough time working together. I used this deck all of October, and I'm still unsure about it, to be honest with you. Like, I'm glad I brought it into my collection, but I don't know if it'll be something that I just have in my collection for collection purpose, like collecting purposes, or if I'll use this again in the future. So we shall see. I don't know. We shall see how things go. Maybe I'll give it another try next year. But for now, it was just not it for me particularly. Like, I have a few decks already from Inside Editions, and I really love the other decks that I have. Like my Nightmare Before Christmas, use all the time. I love my Disney villains. Supernatural, I bought for the purpose of collecting, so I don't really use it much, but I do love that deck. There's no disconnect between the theme and the guidebook that's there, in my opinion. So I have a better time with those decks than I did with this deck. So we shall see in the future what happens. But for 2022, we didn't get as along as I thought that we would have when I bought this particular deck. So it is what it is, really, in my opinion. Then we get into another spooky deck that I bought for spooky season, which is the Jack-o'-lantern Tarot. This is by Giuliano Costa and published by Lo Scarabeo. Now, this deck I loved. Honestly, love the artwork. I think that so funny, honestly, so funny. Some of them look like they're just wearing pajamas or onesies, like this one, for example. This person looks like they're wearing a onesie. I love it. I love it. It's not too spooky, to be honest with you. It's just a good Halloween vibe, and I'm here for it. I love it. So I think I want to spend more time with this. I did spend a little bit of time with this in 2022, but not as much, in my opinion, because I used it as like my weekly poll. So I think in 2023, in October, I'm probably going to use this a bit more because I did like it. It's very, very RWS. Honestly, you cannot go wrong with this particular deck because it's literally RWS. Look at this tower. It's so funny. But it's so good. Love this Four of Swords. The artwork is great, honestly. I really want to get the other deck that Costa has, which is the Pre-Raphaelite Tarot. I can't even pronounce that, honestly. Look at this cloud with the skull. So cool. Reminds me of Harry Potter with the Death Eaters, to be honest with you. When they did that skull with the serpent in the sky. It's Death card. So good. Yeah, the imagery is fantastic in my opinion. Honestly, the artwork is amazing. It's very interesting. This kind of like weird praying mantis thing reminds me of The Mist from Stephen King. The movie that they did though. The giant ass bugs and all those things. Oh my gosh, so scary. But yes, love the artwork. So good. Look at this hermit card. There's like a random half skeleton on the top. Three of Swords. Definitely interesting in terms of the Three of Swords, but yeah, I really like it. It's a great deck. I think the imagery is fantastic, and the fact that they just like use an RWS but try to like make it Halloween based, I think that's great in my opinion. And it's in the Los Scarabeo cardstock that I actually like. So it's their tuck box cardstock. They have different cardstock depending on the type of box that it is. And I love the cardstock that this particular type of box has. So all their tuck boxes have specific cardstock, and I love it. It's like so good. So then we move on to this deck plus two others that were sent to me for review from Running Press. So around this time, I think this was October. Yeah, around this time, October, November, around this time, I was already an ambassador for Running Press, which I absolutely love. Like, their stuff is amazing. So I got this one, which is the Hue Tarot, which is by Ashley Molesso and Chess Needham, and published by Running Press, their RP Studio line. This is upside down. And originally, I was actually excited about this in the beginning of the year. And then I saw the artwork on Amazon, and I was like, no, thank you. I ended up not thinking that it would be for me. But then I saw in the summer, yeah, I think it was like late summer or something like that, early fall, I saw this YouTuber that I watch, Lumeria Star, and she was like showing the cards or talking about it or something. I don't even remember which video it was. It was one of her videos. And I was like, wow, this deck looks way better in person. For some reason, like the artwork on Amazon, I don't know what it was, but I don't know if it's because it was like actual digital and this is like, you see it as in the cardstock form. But I don't know. There was something that like it changed for me when I saw her like showing the deck in person and the cards and things. I just ended up liking it even more than I thought. And then I ended up getting it, requesting it for a review from Running Press. And I was really happy when they said, yeah, we can send it to you. So I love it. And I've been looking for like a queer-based deck for a while. And I just love it because they base their characters, all the characters in here are based on like real people. And they have a list of all their characters and models in the back of the book, throughout the book, as well as in the back of the book. So it's just really amazing. And it's like RWS inspired, so like a clone. And I just love that so much. And the guidebook is fantastic. It's really well written. And I love it. And I love bright decks like this. I have no problems with decks like this at all. Like, I love the Mystic Mondays deck, for example, the tarot deck, and that one's like real bright. So, I don't know. I just really love it. And it's so fun. Like, look how fun this is. It's like so great. Like, so great. Why is this upside down? There's like so much pink. I love it. It's King of Pentacles. Love, 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 love. So, yeah, I'm just like in love with this. Look at that cat. The cat and the Two of Cups. This is so funny. So, yeah, I'm in love with it. It's great. It's probably not for everyone. Like, I definitely feel like the art style is like specific, that some people may not enjoy this or might enjoy it. Like, they may or may not. But I don't know. Like, seeing it in person changed my mind. That was the thing. And then I told myself from now on, I'm only going to watch unboxings now, and I'm not going to judge any more of the pictures that are on the thing. Unless it's actual pictures of cards, then okay. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna from now on watch unboxings and just be like, is this for me? Is this not for me? We shall see. Because sometimes I just change I'll say something and then I'll change my mind once I see an unboxing and be like, yeah, this looks so much better in person than digital for some reason. So I was really happy that I received this for review because I'm really enjoying it. Then we have the Everyday Tarot. This is by Bridget Esselmont, who's the founder of Biddy Tarot and published by Running Press, their RP Mini line. So I received this for review. I have always been on the fence about this particular deck because of the color palette, not because of anything else. It's just an RWS deck. But I received it with the book, the Everyday Tarot book that you can buy separately, which gives you different exercises and spreads and different things that you can do with any deck, really, but specifically with this deck because it shows the photos of this deck in that book. But you can use that book with any deck, to be honest with you. It's like a way of connecting with the deck. And I don't know, I went through the cards, and I'm glad that I received this for review because honestly, I would have never given it a chance otherwise. And I'm glad that I did give it a chance because I actually really like it. Like, it's a mini deck, so it's easy to travel with. And yes, the color palette is not all that. It's not all that at all. Like, I'm still like whatever with the color palette, but it's an easy deck to read, honestly. An easy deck to pick up, easy deck to read. It's affordable, which we love, you know. And I don't know, I just really like it. It reads well. It's not a bad deck by any means. And the gold kind of feels shiny, even though it's not, but it feels shiny. And yeah, I don't know. I find it decent. I would say that if you're like just on your journey, like just beginning for the first time, I think this would be a great deck to pick up, honestly. Because it's so affordable. Like, you won't break the bank with getting this deck. Especially not in the US. Especially really not in the US because it's like 12 something. It's like $12.95 in the US. I'm pretty sure that you can buy this deck even cheaper probably there. In Canada, it's $16.50, which is still affordable for a deck in my opinion. But again, you could probably get it cheaper, especially on Amazon and stuff like that. But if you get it from this bookstore, you'll be buying it at retail value. But yeah, I pleasantly surprised. That was really my take on this particular deck in 2022, is that I was pleasantly surprised. So then we get into the Black Tarot. So this is the last tarot deck that I received from a running press for review. I did receive like a bunch of Oracle decks, but you'll see that in my next video when I talk about Oracle. And this is by Natasha Williams and Kamishka Nato, published by Running Press, their RP Studio line. And I absolutely love this deck so much. It is one of my favorite decks from 2022. Like, wow. Absolutely amazing, to be honest with you. So empowering and amazing. And we needed more decks. We needed this in the mass market space because we have, from what I can tell, we have no decks that are Black focused in the mass market realm. We have several in the indie realm, but none in the mass market realm. So this was like, for me, I feel like this was the first one in the mass market space. And I'm so glad that this was created and put out because it is beautiful and amazing and very empowering, very powerful. I absolutely love it. Like, I love it so much. And I have been using this for myself. Next month is Black History Month. I plan to use it then as well. And I've just been in love with the messages and in love with the artistry. Like, look at the Seven of Wands. Like, wow. Wow. And I don't know. I love this deck so much. And yes, we have a lot of decks. Well, we don't have a lot of decks, but we have a lot of decks out that are diverse, which is important. Diversity is important in my opinion. And I love that, but I love that this specifically is, you know, Black focused. And that's amazing to me. Absolutely amazing. I love this High Priestess. Oh, so gorgeous. So gorgeous. Lover's card. It's amazing. I loved it. I love working with this. Definitely a favorite. Definitely people should pick up this deck, honestly. Pick this deck up. I have a full unboxing where I go through. I love this Nine of Wands. Like, wow. This Nine of Wands actually made me tear up. Like, I don't know if you could tell in my unboxing video, but when I was reading the entry in the guidebook, my eyes were starting to tear. I was like so moved. So moved. Yeah, this deck just brings emotions out, in my opinion, and I loved it. I loved it so much, and I love it so much as well. But in 2022, I did use it quite a bit in my own practice, and I'll be continuing to use it this year as well because this deck is so powerful and it needs to be used, in my opinion. Then we jump into a few decks that I got towards the end of the year for my birthday. So the first being the Phantomwise Tarot. So this is by Erin Morgenstern, published by Clarkson Potter. This particular creator is also the author of the Night Circus, if you didn't know that. This deck was actually previously indie, and it was picked up mass market by Clarkson Potter. I'm really excited. It's black and white. Yeah, black and white deck, I guess. Let's do that. Yeah, black and white. I love the imagery. It's circus theme, obviously, because of the Night Circus. And yeah, my mom got me this for my birthday. I love it. I have yet to use it though because I got it in December, which was only a month ago. So I haven't used it yet. But I did pick up in January, like this month, I did pick up an oracle deck to use with this particular deck. So I'm excited to do the pairing with this. The star card, this is what got me. It's the star. I love the star card, honestly. I love it so much. The world. Yeah, the imagery is really nice. It seems to follow similarly almost to really the RWS, but in this particular theme, which I like. The cardstock has a weird texture to it. It doesn't really feel like linen. It feels like the that kind of card. It's really strange. I was expecting it to feel like the Tarot de Divine because this is the same publisher, but it doesn't. And I'm just like, what's going on? But whatever, you know. Love this for the Two of Pentacles. It's so great, honestly. I'm really excited to work with this. I really want to pick up the novel because I started reading it through audiobook but never finished. From my library. The audiobook was from my library, but I never finished it. So I'm hoping to eventually get back into that, but I would love to pick up the actual book so I can read it physically. And then use it with this particular deck. I think that would be a fun combo in my opinion. The other deck that my mom got me for my birthday was the Cats Rule the Earth Tarot. This is by Catherine Davidson and illustrated by Tiago Correa. This is published by Abrams Image. And you should have been seeing this on my channel. I've been using it in the Cozy Tarot Sunday videos because that's what was requested in the voting. So, yes, it's just a cat deck. It's literally an RWS deck, and I love it so much. I love this Knight of Pentacles. So cute. I love it so much. The cats are great. There's a lot of cat diversity in here. Different types of cats. We have cats that have disabilities, so missing limbs, or missing an eye or an ear and things like that, which is great. So I love that. And we have different kind of cats as well, like these ones that are hairless cats. So, but I'm in love. They did a really good job, in my opinion, in regards to this particular deck. And now I have a second cat deck in my collection, and I love it. I love this one so much. It's so cute and it's so funny. Like this one has scratches around its eye. And it's just perfect. It's a perfect cat deck, in my opinion. There's so many cat decks out there. And to be honest, I want every single one. Like, I have a few mini cat decks that are on my list that I want to get instead of the full-size versions. And eventually I will. And I will bring in all the cat decks. Yes. An overload of cats. My favorite thing ever. Now, this is the third to last deck. So, this is the Thoth deck by Aleister Crowley, published by US Games. So, I picked this up specifically for the purposes of learning Thoth. It is in order currently still. So, I'm going to make sure it doesn't go out of order. Because I want to learn Thoth in 2023, so this year. And yeah, I bought this particular deck along with some books for my birthday as a gift to myself. And we're going to buckle down and we're going to learn the Thoth. So, yes, I'm sure everyone here has seen the Thoth deck already. So, yeah. So, I haven't used it yet. It's still in order. I plan to use it in order as well. So, yeah, Thoth. Nothing special. It's just a deck like any other deck, in my opinion. So then we have the Pasta Tarot. So this is by Rob Truglia and Jeff Petrillo and illustrated by Lindsay Mound. This is published by Clarkson Potter. And this was indie previously, and it was picked up by Clarkson Potter and brought mass market. When I found out that this was being picked up last April, so April 2022, I was like, yes, please. I need this. I want it. I wanted it when it was indie. It was too expensive. Couldn't afford it. And I pre-ordered it. Literally no photos. There was no photo on Amazon. I pre-ordered it. It was set to release in December. I received this in December. Literally came just before my birthday, which I was surprised because it was supposed to release on the 6th. And I got it on the 3rd. And I was like, what? What's going on? So yes, I had pre-ordered it in April of 2022, and I was so excited when I received this. Now, I have yet to work with it. It's still in order. I haven't even filmed my unboxing yet of it. I haven't really even looked at the images yet, so even though I've seen the indie version, I'm pretty sure there's no changes to the imagery. But yes, it isn't that weird. Cardstock, which is very strange. I love pasta. The creators are Queer American Italian individuals. So, we gotta support the queer community, especially when they make decks on pasta, because I love food and I love pasta. And yeah, I can't wait to use this. We have a plumber butt crack, and I'm excited to use this. I can't wait. I'm not even gonna look at any more cards. That way, when I do my actual unboxing or like flip through or whatever, I can see everything for the first time, all the cards for the first time. So yeah, I'm ecstatic about this particular deck, and it's going to be so fun when I finally shuffle it and pull a card and do a reading. It's going to be hilarious. It's going to be a great time. This deck is literally a great time in a deck because it's so funny. So yeah, I love it. And I'm so glad I pre-ordered this. I'm so glad that I brought it into my collection. It's like perfect for me, in my opinion. So we're going to move on to my last tarot deck of the year, 2022. And yeah, then it'll be 23 decks that we have gone through. Last deck of the year. Oh my god. So the last deck of the year was the Fifth Spirit Tarot. I actually pre-ordered this in July of 2022, and it was set to release on December 20th. I'm pretty sure I got this before the 20th of December as well, just like a few days before. And I was so happy. I love this deck so much. This is by Charlie Claire Burgess, and it is published by Hay House. It was also indie, picked up mass market. So happy that Hay House picked this up because I also wanted this deck. I've seen it around before on Instagram and on other people's channels, the indie version, and I've always wanted it. Again, indie is very expensive when it comes to Canada because you're not only paying the USD price, you're paying for the exchange, you're paying for the shipping to Canada, but also the exchange of the shipping. Then you're paying for duty taxes when it comes into Canada, like in Quebec specifically, they're very big on charging duty taxes. So you're spending pretty much over $100 for one deck, and I just Like, as much as I would love to do that, I don't have money to do that. Like, I don't have the funds to do that. I also don't have the justification to be able to do that as well. Spend $100 on a deck. So, yes, it's unfortunate, but I'm really glad that Hay House picked it up. I was so ecstatic when I found it on Amazon. And during my scavenging of decks to add to my upcoming releases list, and I pre-ordered it right away. I was like, screw it, pre-ordering this. So let's get into it because I love this. I love it so much. Honestly, it's a queer deck, non-binary, and I need more decks like this in my life, in my space, and just generally speaking. And it's so well done, and I love it so much. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I know that a few cards changed from the original, like the indie version, but that's okay. I love that just the same. It makes this particular deck unique, in my opinion, when you make changes. So yeah, I've been really enjoying working with this deck because I have been working with it. I've been pairing it with the modern Nirvana Oracle, and I'm just, I love this moon card. I just love it so much. They pair so amazingly together. This brings me so much joy. I love it. This is another one of mine that is like one of my favorites. This, the Black Tarot, Cosmic Slumber, and then I think the Pasta Tarot will probably be my ultimate favorites. Like, I love all the decks, pretty much almost all of them that I received, that I brought into my collection, that I either received or I bought, or just brought into my collection, just generally speaking. But I love this so much. That 10 of Wands. It's really well done. I love the art. So much joy, honestly. Look at this devil. They're little puppets. Ace of Wands. This Fool card. Oh, I love this High Priestess so much. She's so beautiful. So beautiful. This Empress. Oh, God. Absolutely amazing. So empowering. So deep. There's like depth in this deck. The imagery is just, I don't even know. I just love it so much. So much. Okay, so you can't see all the decks that I showed in this video, but I piled them all up. And yes, let me know down below, what are some of the decks that you brought into your collection in 2022? Let me know which ones were your favorites, which ones you may have been disappointed by, which ones were you surprised by. I'd love to know your comments, no matter what, in the comments below. And I do thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on that bell so you can be notified every time I post a brand new video. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, as it's greatly appreciated and it helps me in the long run. Thank you so much and have a great day.